Hey all, welcome to Permissionless Learning, where we like to have real discussions with real people who are actively working in or have worked in a particular field which we want to learn more about. Today we have Shadab with us, and this is actually a really interesting and exciting session because previously we have done a session on Web3, and we had a few speakers who were building new startups in it. But we have, what's especially exciting about this session is also Shadab, who is actually a mechanical engineer turned computer engineer and who has a lot of experience in smart technologies and Web3, like even more experience than what today's Twitter folks might have. And I've talked to him about this subject, and he has a lot of interesting thoughts on it. So, yeah, we'll just get started with it then. But before we get started, why don't you introduce yourself first, Shadab?
Yeah, thanks for the introduction, Akash. So, like, yeah, my journey is very imperfect, kind of. Like, I don't want anyone to follow that path because it was very full of suffering. So, I started from mechanical engineering. Then, in final year, I like realized, okay, this thing is not going to fulfill my destiny, like the long term goals I have. So now I got into software somehow. Like, so basically, it's a long story. I somehow, like, in third year, I did a startup, small startup. From there, I got introduced to this cryptocurrency. Then I started mining cryptocurrencies on my gaming PCs. And from there, I got to know blockchain. And then I thought, okay, I'll become a blockchain developer. That was the one of the biggest mistakes of my life. Then somehow, like, from my college, I got placement in TCS. So that time, I had this thing that, okay, I will I would like to be the blockchain developer, and I need to get into TCS in a blockchain project. So even though in MNCs, a fresher doesn't get what he wants. So somehow I fought for it, and then after 3 4 months of suffering and fighting with managers and everyone, I got into a blockchain project, and moved to Hyderabad. So that was the blockchain thing. I'll elaborate more on that. Apart from that, I currently am working. So I'm also a Pesto graduate. So it's a boot camp for working professionals, like who have some experience in software development. So I got into that. I got trained, and then the job, the company I'm working for, that placement is from Pesto. So it's a US based company, a tech product. They have an tech product. So that is what my. Apart from that, I do build small products as well. So one of my product was TweetFlip, which recently got acquired from a like Google team lead. So that was a big thing for me. Like, I was very excited. So yeah, all these things happened. Also, I am very much like, so Akash and I met something like that. We have similar kind of this one interest, that we want to help people to get into software and like guide them, mentor them, something like that. I
Right.
guess it's more than enough. Akash.
Yes. Shadab, I guess, some of the listeners would be interested in how you went from a mechanical background to a computer engineering background because many people want to do that. So, I guess, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So basically, the time got into college, right? So I don't know how it happened, but whenever I saw problems, I started looking for some solutions. So in my first year, I saw that, okay, there is a big problem of not we are not having notes for class notes by students. So I like got together with one more guy and said, like, build a website where people can post notes. Like, initially, we were the one who scanned and uploaded all of the notes. So that time I did a new web development. So I got help with him and built it. So that was the first thing. Then in second year, I got introduced to VR somehow. Then got into this third year blockchain, like VR gaming startup. And so from there, I understood that, okay, I need to know these things. I can't skip until unless I know how to how to build products, how do these solutions come together, how the dots gets connected, how a end user interacts with a solution, how, like, something like that. So these kind of things propelled me to learn. And then Obviously, because I didn't have anyone to tell me, somehow I like hit and trial. I did hit and trial. So I I got into a company as a blockchain developer. Then that got closed in 23 days, and then I got an internship job. So so later on, like this is how my like the journey is very imperfect, very hit and trials, and a lot of like problems and this and that. So that is how I. So the only thing is like one line. I was curious that okay, I was always curious to, and I've always wanted to learn and build stuff like that really solves some problem for people.
Right.
And no, yeah, like this is what one thing which excites me a lot, that I built something and people are using it. So that is
Right.
what.
And
So yeah.
yeah, so did you ever have trouble in getting interviews, or I mean during interviews
Yeah, a
did
lot, a lot. Oh, I don't think anyone has failed the amount of failure I have. Like so, even after having, so basically, I was basically that was my fault because I didn't look into basics, and this is the reason I'm doing this space. That people get into hype of high level technologies and this and that. They don't first focus on basics. So that was the problem with me. I didn't focus on basic coding. How do you run loops? How do you do all this stuff? I just started coding blockchain. Now, blockchain has so many things behind the scenes that you need to know first. Then only you can come to blockchain. First, you need to understand all of the centralized systems, how these basic centralized or these traditional databases works, and then you can come into blockchain. So this was my fault. So this is due to that I used to get a lot of rejection, a lot of failure. Like maybe even after TCS, I was like having so many rejection. I applied more than 1,300 jobs, and
Oh,
then I more than appeared in more than 50 interviews, and then got some offers. So basically, all these suffering prepared me. Then I gradually got to know that okay, this is my problem. I need to fix this. And also, Pesto helped me. Pesto helped me quite a lot. So that was the thing. Yeah.
okay. Okay. And now let's get into the juicy part. Like talk about the blockchain now. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
so uh, just now you explained that you had experience with blockchain and all, but you didn't go into the details of it. I mean, people here might not realize how much experience you actually have. So you coded your own smart contracts, worked on prototypes, and built a lot of MVPs
Yeah.
while in TCS.
Yeah. So
So
like,
yeah,
yeah. So like the people who has already like got their hands dirty in blockchain, they will understand like coding smart contract or coding your ERC20 token is nothing. Like it's a minute of like it's a work of 10 minutes. So that is what it is. And then so basically when I was like when in my final year I thought okay, I need to be a blockchain developer. So I started looking into courses. Even I did one course from NPTL and then appeared into their exam. I have a certificate for that also. So from there, so that was the thing, like started looking into blockchain and everything. So that is what I'm saying, like see, let's see. So blockchain is the third layer, right? Maybe like there are multiple layers. Like we have APIs layer, we have front end from the place people interact with your application. Then there is database. The database is dumb. Okay, database doesn't know anything. So that's why you have
yeah,
middleware, this APIs where all authentication and everything is done. So now blockchain is nothing but a database, but a smart database which has authentication layer as well. The transaction doesn't directly, so you can in SQL or Postgres you can just insert this data or something like that, but in
right,
blockchain you can't do that. In blockchain you can't directly run the command and insert data. Hmm, there is some there is some mechanism to validate all of the transactions. All of the participants involved in a blockchain network need to validate that transaction. So that is what like it can make it cannot make sense as well, because you need to one need to have a basic understanding how all these blockchain works. So yeah. So anyway, blockchain is a
Right.
part of all of the product building, all of the solution making. See, end of the day, we need to provide solutions for any problem. So like blockchain has a lot of potential in banking and finances. I'll come to that point by the way. So, but a end user is end of the day is going to interact with that solution by either a web app, either an Android or iOS, or maybe a digital watch or something. So you need to have a UI. You can't skip that, right?
Right.
You need to
Yeah.
have a backend. Maybe in blockchain you can avoid backend. You can avoid APIs. That is possible, but still people have a backend to have a
Right.
flexibility in the development. And then the business logic and everything you have in backend. So now in blockchain, all of the business logic can be coded into smart contracts and deployed into the blockchain network. So now, so why? First of all, knowing,
Shadab,
yeah,
sorry, just a sec. So,
yeah,
I mean, I think I've been doing smart contract coding recently, so I'll just give a brief. I mean, I'll kind of expand upon what you've said so far.
yeah, sure,
So, smart contracts basically have an inbuilt system of authentication because you have to supply your public key and
yeah.
sign a secret with your private key to prove your identity before executing any code. And smart contracts basically are a piece of code which run on blockchain nodes. These blockchain nodes are basically, I mean, any machine which is part of the blockchain, they execute your code and you pay them a certain fee to have your code run. And through that, I mean, the database layer works in the way that you are actually, I mean, paying for the ability to have your data stored on those machines, on those individual nodes. So, I mean, that's how the
So
authentication and database layer work, I guess.
yeah. So if you go into more depth of these blockchain and everything, most of those databases are based on these things only. MongoDB, Postgres, or something like that. It's not like something entirely different. So basically, this thing I told about it. It's more relevant to enterprise kind of blockchain, where like Hyperledger Fabric and these kind of things. So now, yeah. So now coming to that point, like why the kind of hype we see on Twitter is not real. Why,
Right,
especially for a beginner who's getting started, or at least have less than 4 years of experience building traditional solutions, should not get into blockchain, because providing blockchain solutions, before that you should know why you should not use blockchain. So the reality, I'll tell you the reality. I worked in TCS, and very closely I worked with like so the clients were like for Yara Fertilizers and like Renault, these kind of people. So they were looking into blockchain applications in manufacturing industry. So now we
right,
used to make MVPs and provide POCs and all. So no one was there who would like to invest like 10 crore, 8 crore rupee, 8 crore, like kind of kind of money to build some projects. There was like, okay, we need to explore, but we won't give you a project. We won't give you full-fledged project. Okay, why they want to give? Because the kind of value blockchain was creating for them was not justifying the investment. It's all about business, right? It's not like you want to, like, you, if something is written in Java, you won't go and write it in Python because you like Python. That doesn't make sense. So
right,
that is what the problem was. Blockchain was. So now one project which I worked on, it was like a digital twin kind of thing. Basically, what a digital twin is. So there were a lot of motors in the field. They had some motors. So we had we had some sensors on that motor, and it used to like measure like temperature and RPM, and these kind of parameters. And when the value goes beyond a certain limit, all of that data was stored into blockchain. And then using like RabbitMQ or something, we were doing that. So now that is fine, even though each sensor had its own identity on blockchain, and like some those public keys and everything. So the guys, like, I don't remember, he was like the main owner, or whatever he was like. Then his words were that, okay, this is fine, it's a very good technology, and it's really secure and this and that, but does it make sense to invest like the traditional system which can be built in maybe 2 crore rupees, does it make sense to invest 6 crore to build this thing? No, it doesn't make sense. So that is why people are not buying these things now. All of the hype you see, NFT and this and that, all these are just to cash out the hype. That's the reality. I myself bought an NFT
Right.
in 2017. It was a cryptocurrency, a crypto kitty. So all these are just hype to cash out, and some people will make a lot of money in it. So as a beginner, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with the all of the discussion. So as a
No,
beginner,
no, I
first
understand.
stick with basics and understand how a solution is given. Like first of all, know how do you make. So let's see. Even if you want to do a transaction, you need to click a button on a UI. Then that you
Right.
button will call some API, and that API will call that blockchain specific smart contract or something like that. So you need to have you need to know, right, how do you click on button, what is on click, and then what is so maybe like I don't know if I'm it's making sense.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you mean to say that I mean you just can't rely on the smart contracts completely. You still need all of the old technologies which go along with it to build a complete application which people can use.
Yes, which people can use. But if you are a developer, maybe you don't need any UI, any backend. Just buy a smart contract. You can do all of the things. But as a person, as a normal user, you have to have a UI. So yeah, that is what it is.
Right, right. So
Maybe
yeah,
maybe we can take one two question from people who have already heard about all these things, and will maybe they have some doubts. Okay, they should jump into blockchain. They should not become a React developer, and they should become a blockchain
yeah,
developer.
yeah. Makes sense, makes sense. Listeners, do you have
Question.
any doubts right now? You can apply to speak
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
bottom left. You'll see a request to speak button
yeah. Or you can raise
through
your
which.
hand, and then we will like something like this. You can raise your hand, and
Right.
we'll make you a speaker.
Hello, Muhammad. I've added you. So, hey, you're muted right now, Muhammad Musi.
Hi, Shadab.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, while you are working on TCS, you are working with which language? JavaScript or any other thing?
Yeah, so the backend was in Node.js, so obviously JavaScript. The
Mm-hmm.
front end was in Angular and React, so obviously JavaScript. Smart contract was in, so basically we were working on two platforms, Hyperledger Fabric and Ethereum private networks. So Ethereum for a smart contract we used to use Solidity, and for Hyperledger we used to use Node.js only to write smart contract. So so you see everywhere JavaScript you have to know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it was like end to end. You were working on front end as well as doing the Solidity, and you were doing Node.js.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, almost like everything. But
Uh,
there was a team like we used to distribute the work. Sometimes I take blocks like smart contracts. Sometimes they take front end, something like that.
so whatever the positions that you will be applying hereafter, or you are currently working, will have the similar structure. Like you will move from front end, like Ethereum. You will do all these based on the priorities, or is it
No,
specific? You will be specifically assigned to Ethereum coding or something.
so you are talking about blocks like TCS job. How TCS was there?
No, no, no. The current requirements that the companies are posting.
Okay, so current requirement companies. No, so usually a lot of companies are posting for Solidity or a smart contract, right? So now,
Mm-hmm.
if you see Solidity, smart contract, these are just languages and the ways to do it. But mostly smart contracts are written in object-oriented way. Akash
Hello,
can tell
Shadab.
more better in that.
Uh,
Mm.
I guess, yeah, Shadab, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there.
Okay, sorry, we just lost you for a second.
Oh, okay. So I'm saying like even though the kind of smart contracts we write, so like the logic we write, most those are in like object oriented way. we do it in object oriented way. So now this is core programming thing, that okay, you need to know object oriented programming, what, how does this work, how does we do encapsulation, this and that. So it's not like, it's not different. Blockchain is nothing but, blockchain is not a different technology. Blockchain is just software, and any developer can do it if they are asked to do it after some time, like after understanding, okay, how it's a little different than traditional database. So yeah. So did it answer your question, Mohammed?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Thank you.
it's, the only thing is, it's not different technology. One
Mm.
line, that it's same. It's all software. It's all coding. It's all logic. It's all solution building businesses using some. So now see, blockchain is in a state. Maybe you can say the UPI protocol was like 7 to 8 years back. So you can check, we can take it as we can consider blockchain as something like that, that it'll take a lot of time, but don't, like, no need to get into hype, and like, do stick with basics first. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Mohammed, I have a question for you. So, what do you think the future of networking is? I mean, like right now we are in Web 2, right? And now people are saying that we'll have decentralization and all that. So, from your perspective, where do you see things going?
You're asking me or Shadab?
Yes. No, I'm asking you.
Uh, not sure, not really sure. I don't think like if anyone says that it is going to go away, that is false, because any technology will have its own space. So I don't think like
Yeah,
the
still
hype
Java
is,
is there. Java is not
yeah,
obsolete.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Even
everything
COBOL
will
and
have its own
PHP.
place. Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
PHP is still there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And sorry, shut up, please go on.
Yeah. No, no. You guys were saying that PHP is still there. So that's what, no tech, that it'll stay there.
Yeah. And I never say that, go be against PHP or anything because we don't know what will happen, basically.
Yeah.
Akshay, you're there. Please ask your question.
Hey, hi. Thanks for the opportunity. So, Shadab,
Yeah.
there are like two questions. First is like, as you said, right? The UI part will always be there. So you mean to say that the JavaScript thing will always be there, right? Because there is no like replacement for that. Like whatever you do on web right now, so like developing a website or mobile application using native or something, JavaScript is always there. So that is quintessential thing. Okay, and the next part is the blockchain part that is mostly implemented in the backend, right? Which is the database, blockchain database is there.
Yeah.
So my like so even if blockchain comes or any technology like another comes, JavaScript will always be there. So you mean to say that when you say that there is so much hype about this blockchain, people are just directly jumping onto blockchain, right? They are ignoring the this starting part like UI part or something. They are directly saying just learn blockchain, and they're completely ignoring this fact, right? The
Yeah.
to learn the basics first. Okay, so okay, got it. So first was this, and second is that as you said, right, in 2017 you are working on project, and you saw so much less interest on blockchain because same was being implemented on in the traditional technologies as well. So I wanted to ask, see, 2017 was a different time, right? And today is a different time. People are more accepting, people are knowing more about blockchain, and its applications are slowly emerging than the time that were if we compare it to 2017. So don't we see future more emerging towards blockchain technology? Because if we see now, there are so many applications emerging for just not just for transactions but for using smart contracts. There are so many trust issues are being solved, maybe in real estate as well. Or if you have seen, maybe you have seen those examples, right? So would you like to comment on that, like?
So you are saying like, evolving. Tell me any product which is in production, which is like, which has maybe 1,000 users, using like, which is using blockchain. Any product,
No,
name it.
okay. No, sorry, I'm not aware of that. But
I'm telling you,
see,
maybe
I've
there isn't,
uh-huh.
or maybe one or two
Okay,
products will be.
okay,
Yeah, and if you see on Twitter what people are asking, NFT, right? Other than
yeah.
that, do you see anything, any real application?
No, as of
The
now,
people,
I don't see.
no one talks
Maybe
any real application.
I am ignorant. Anyone of others, if you know, you can tell
Hmm.
about
No,
it.
that is what now. Like people are just NFT, NFT, NFT. Other than that, I don't see talking anyone talking any other application. So now,
Okay,
obviously,
okay.
there are applications. So that's why I said, like, because I know the industry. So all of the applications we were exploring into blockchain industry. How do you, if let's say, so basically this car manufacturer Renault, so they came up with this problem and use case that okay, we have multiple people involved in the complete ecosystem of part delivery and all. So how do we manage? How do we have? So basically, we can't. There's other suppliers we can't bring them on our system on our databases. Well, our enterprise infrastructure is different, and their enterprise infrastructure is different. How do we have a common ground where these parts, these car parts information can be a place where both parties can access it? So something like that. So this is a real problem which really blockchain can solve, but right now blockchain is not matured enough to solve it. Okay, and then 17. No, I worked it till 2000, till last year basically, till last year August on blockchain. Okay. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
just 17. I till last year, like I switched my company from in last 2020 August. So I know from there. So and so yeah, that is what it is. And now, yes, you were saying the UI part thing. Let's say that there will come a time that 95% of the people will start using Ubuntu and Linux. Maybe you won't need a UI. But it's not going to happen. Mostly web and is UI based. So yeah. So yeah, maybe I answered already. Does it answer, or do I need to elaborate more?
No, no, yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Or,
but
but maybe just one point, like you said, right? You have worked like for 3 years or something, but maybe in TCS, where you specifically work, there may be not more opportunities. And I can see this technology flowing from US, where more implementation is being done. See, I again don't have any examples like where exactly is the implementation being done.
yeah.
So, can
No,
yeah.
no, see, basically, there are people trying. That is true. Like I have one friend who, like, who gets a lot, like he take only these blockchain based projects. So,
Mm-hmm.
but still, all of them just investing money and nothing is coming into production as such. That is really solving a problem. So, like, see, this wire transfer and all can be solved by blockchain, or like it will
Mm-hmm.
be instantaneous. So, but like so see the limitation of blockchain is the transaction, the kind of speed we need. Visa and all have, like, I don't know what TPS, transaction per second, maybe 3 million
Mm-hmm.
transaction per second. I don't know, something like that. And blockchain has so less. It's not even
Mm-hmm.
like 100, one of 100, 0.01%. So these kind of problems needs to be solved from blockchain. Knowing it is fine, getting like that is fine, but jumping in it without knowing the basic, without knowing how the like a complete basic solution works is not right. That is what we are trying to say here. Like we are not saying that don't get into it, but first understand the basic, how traditional things are building. Why to go for decentralized things when you can solve easily uh, problems by centralized things, which is much more matured and much more established. You got my point, right?
Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
Sure. Sure. Thanks, Shada.
yeah. Just
Yeah,
yeah.
Akshay, uh, I have a question for you, Akshay. So what are
Yeah.
some technologies you've been learning recently?
Yeah. So I have started learning like see, I am into actually support technology, technical support, application server kind of thing. So I do a job on WebSphere application server. So but
Okay.
the but since I'm in support, I was very attracted when I learned about the application server. I was very attracted and tempted towards developing these applications. So first thing I started was learning this web development thing like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I got into this a little bit, and then I started so much, like this year only I started so much traffic around blockchain thing, and so I started exploring blockchain and all this thing. And so I was
Uh, I
and
think we, yeah, actually, sorry, we lost the last few seconds.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, that's what I was saying. So web development part I have explored from application from support thing. Now I'm into JavaScript and all learning. And now in last few months, I have started seeing so much traffic on blockchain. So I've started exploring blockchain as well. So this since as I was going to start learning blockchain, but so I saw this space from Shadab. He shared that not there should be a reality check on Web3 as well.
Yeah.
So that this is where we are now.
Yeah, so now the place you are in, you should totally not get into blockchain. You need to understand. So first, learn basic React and all, get a job, maybe
Uh-huh.
build products, build solutions, and then gradually get into. This
Okay.
the same mistake I did, but I was not lucky enough to be told by someone that no, Shadab, this is not the way. But you are, and lucky enough to be told by me.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks for the
Yeah.
guidance,
So
Shadab.
yeah, I know. This happens. I was like, I was at that time. So maybe Akash can share the blockchain, like those articles I have wrote about the.
Yeah.
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 Sure. Sure.
Uh, Anuj, are you there right now? Uh, you can invite to speak, I mean, a request to speak. Or, yeah, I mean, hey, Anuj, you there? Okay. Yeah, I'm
And
not sure if he has requesting. But yeah, Vaibhav or Abhijit. So, Vaibhav, you're in a similar situation where you're going from mechanical engineering to computer engineering. So, would you like to talk about that or ask a question to Shadab? Uh, you can hit the request to speak button on the bottom left, or anyone else. I mean, if you have any questions right now, or just want to have a discussion with us, maybe Abhijit, you can also do that. Okay, looks like people aren't ready to have a discussion yet. So
I,
I'll just
yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Yeah, cool. Then let's discuss something, and then mean they can ask some questions
yeah,
later.
yeah. So I mean, I just wanted to ask then, why don't you elaborate on your experience with product development?
Yeah. So, so see, like when I got into software, and also I myself wanted to build product, like build startups or something like that. So, so there are two ways. Like that time, I knew that there is only one way to build startups, and like you you come up with some ideas, you maybe you build some MVP and then go for funding, and then that is the way, that VC way, funding way, and all. But being from a normal college, you won't get funding. You are not from IIT, you won't get funding in India. Now, gradually, I got to know about all these indie making, bootstrapping, indie how there are people who are building small products, micro SaaS, which generates $1,000 of MRR, monthly recurring revenue, $2,000 of MRR, $5,000 of MRR, and they don't take any funding, they don't take any investment, and they build on it on their own. They design themselves. They maybe like they code it themselves, and they market themselves. Like they do everything themselves, or maybe with along with a co-founder, with two people. Like so, that is one way, that was the way. So now I saw that okay, this from this way I can totally get into product buildings, because I'm like I don't need to establish my credibility from a college, but I just need to make a useful product which can generate 500 $1,000 of MRR, and that will establish that okay, I am someone who really can build products which are useful for people, and which can really make a viable business out of it. And this way, anyone can do, anyone can get into this product building if they are interested into. It's, you know, don't need to be like Kunal Shah, who is like spending hell lot of money to run cred, which I don't know if even solves any problem. So that you won't have that kind of money to spend, like the, so something like that. So there are a lot of, so I'm active in a lot of groups like these kind of people. So I know people from a lot of places, from Bangladesh, from India, from Singapore, from Malaysia. They are building products, and they have like, one of my friend is, his name is Musharraf. He's from Bangladesh, so he's like 27, and he's doing this thing. He runs basics product, very basic, like HTML templates and these kind of, and icons and these kind of run. And maybe he has $3,000 MRR, and he does it full time. So also this is another way to survive. There, you know, don't need to go for job as well. So that these are the ways. So these things fascinated me a lot. Like I never knew about all these things. A lot of people currently don't know about this. Like this is also a way to have like pay your bills and have a career out of it. Even though it's not that, it's not for everyone. Obviously, nothing is for
Right.
everyone. It's, but this is also fascinating, and this has potential to do bigger. Now there is one guy who was not so. So see, he was not able to qualify BTech as well, but now he is so good at product building that he, in the last 1 year, he has built product and sold it, and maybe earned $200,000 in a year. Currently, he's running a product called No Code API. Now that product is doing so well, maybe he'll get acquired in $1 million or something. I don't know. I'm just randomly saying some number. So these are the ways as well, and he does everything on his own: back end, front end, design, UX. He's like, he does everything. I can't design, so I need to contact some freelancers or something. But he does everything: sales, support, everything, pitch to investors. So he registered his company in Singapore. So these are so fascinating parts. So now this is what I was also exploring to build something. So initially I didn't had confidence enough that okay, can really build. But after working like, and after explore, so I had enough confidence that okay, in React I can build anything you come up, I can build React and with Node. So now me and Rishabh got together. I posted on that in indie making group that I want to have. I would like to collaborate with someone and build product together, because I work better in teams when two people are there. So he said, okay, I am also interested. So then we started, and we built TweetFlick in 20 days and launched it. So, and from there, all of the journey started. Then we realized something and this and that. And finally, we listed it somewhere. In 2, 3 months, we didn't get any response. But last 10 days, someone reached out, like this guy from Google. He's a UX team lead. And then finally, TweetFlick got acquired. He bought it. Yeah. So this was the
Right.
my journey. Now again, we will build something.
Wow, so seriously, congrats, man. I know
Hmm.
Rishabh from one of the groups.
Okay. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So
he's my
see,
partner. Partner in
okay,
crime. Yeah.
seriously inspiring, man. The reason I'm moving towards development is this reason only. Currently, I'm working on a job and which has night shift, so it's very tiring for me. I wanted to have control of my own time, so that is freelancing does give that. So that was also the reason of moving to web development.
Yeah.
Your
Nice.
story is inspiring. Yeah, thanks.
So, so yeah. So
Shadab,
yeah. Tell.
sorry, I have a question for you. It might, sorry that it might be too rapid fire, but let me know if this is something you're not comfortable in answering. But recently, I mean, I think just today or yesterday, you posted about how your salary recently doubled because of the
No.
good
No.
work
Not
that you're
not
doing.
double.
So,
Not double. It's for like 25% raise. Hmm.
so does that change your opinion or product building? Because I've talked with a few senior folk from India and also from the US, and they tell me that salaries are so high right now that they don't want to go into indie hacking and all that because that will take much more time from them. So, I mean, what were your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, my thought can be different, but it all depends person to person. So I know people who are happy earning $2,000 while building products than earning $5,000 by doing a job. So it's not always about money. It's more about what is your passion and all. For me, I'm still in the process, but yeah, still I want to have enough money and also that I don't need to see price tag to buy things. And but I see this there is a potential in building it. See, job has a limitation. You won't grow more if you have, let's say, 150K of salary. So that will be your salary. But for a product, it can get acquired. It can be something very big. So so if you aspire to go on to that journey, like have that kind of goal that okay, I'll give more time, more effort, and more hours, and and uh, aspire it to make big. That that can be that is the way for you. And if you want to have a job, that is also fine. That is if you are happy in that. So yeah, it depends on person to person.
Right. I think that's a very fair answer. Thanks for answering that.
Yeah.
Uh, Vaibhav, are you there right now? Vaibhav, you're muted if you can hear us. Or even Abhijit, are you there?
Yeah, hi Akash.
Hey, yeah, Abhijit. Did you have any questions for us or Shadab?
Yeah, I had a small question that I wanted to ask.
Yeah,
So,
sure. Right.
I am currently learning UI part, right? I'm learning web development. So, if there are any opportunities in the crypto space that require, web development interns, should I apply or should I just apply to traditional?
So yeah, you can apply. Why not? Like, but you need to be focused. Like let's say, you don't be jack of all, master of none. First of all, you need to understand. Maybe you on UI, so have a very good grasp on React. So when I talk, like when I take your name Abhi, then I what I think, oh, Abhi means he know, like Abhi, good React developer, something like that. Make your image like that, because that is what you will get more value out of. If you are jack of all, master of none, you know a lot of things, but you don't know anything very well, then it's not going to be worth. Now coming to that point, why, like let's say if a normal product is giving you 10 lpa and crypto is giving you 20 lpa, surely go for 20 lpa, but still stick with a correct role, React developer or something like that. Does it make sense? Does it answer your question?
Yeah, I was basically asking that. Yeah, what you answered at the last moment. If the role is for front end, then I should apply, right? And
Yes, sure. Why not? But mm, so you should. So basically, the thing is here. It's not about crypto, blockchain, or something. It's just for you. It's just a front end role. Whatever they are building, you don't have
yes.
a to worry about that.
Mhm.
Okay, but your role should be that defined, that it's React or whatever framework, and it's not like you are also working on React and then you are also writing like if they are asking you, you are also writing smart contract. No, then
So
that is
I
not the right
should
way.
ask them beforehand, right? That
Now,
this will be only on React, or will I?
if if they are posting for a React like UI position, then they will most probably they will ask you to work only on React. So that is it. I think so. I hope so. But yeah, there are companies who like ask you to work on different things. You can ask. That is right.
Yeah. Thank you, Shadab.
Yeah. Stick with one thing. Get like be good with one thing. Where first go deep and go broad. And all of these are my opinion. I can be wrong in some things. It's not like I'm not a god. So it's all of things are people's opinion. And but what I'm sharing, the way I saw my journey, so that's what I share. And and by following that, I see people getting a success. Recently one of my friend got like he was doing MTech and did so many efforts for government jobs but didn't get a job. Then I suggested him and I guided him for three and a half months. He was very sharp as well. and he got a job like it start like 5.5 LPA. So I saw that okay, this is working. So this that is the argument for it. Like I don't know. Like, does it make sense?
I think it makes sense.
Yeah. So like, yes, I don't want like yeah. That's what. It is. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abhijit, sorry, Shadab, did you want to say something?
No, no, nothing. Nothing. Like let's take other people question.
Yes. Jackie, you just requested to speak. Did you have a question?
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. Uh, I just wanted to know this discussion is about blockchain. So I was just wondering because I'm also interested in this crypto. So I was just wondering that all the features that all the research that I have done from my end about what is Web3, because I'm a newbie, so I don't know much. So but only learn from YouTube and stuff. So based on what the research that I've done about the Web3 and the decentralized apps and about how the smart contracts work and all that, I find this very interesting, and I think that this will be the future. And this also, I like it so much that I also want to invest in it, like crypto and all.
So
But the only question that I still keeps popping in my mind is that suppose in the blockchain and in the crypto world, if I'm paying somebody, because there is no central authority, there is a public ledger, so everybody's passbook is kind of getting updated for every single transaction. So this requires a lot of power consumption. So this, and anyway we are running low on energy, and everybody is trying to work on how to save energy and stuff. So, based on the energy standpoint, will this solution really become the future, or because of this energy disadvantage, the blockchain will be, slowly not get implemented in the future? Maybe I was just wondering. This is the only doubt I had about. Rest of the things are all advantageous except for this energy consumption.
yeah, so basically, see, there are two things here. People merge blockchain and cryptocurrencies. So blockchain is a technology, and cryptocurrencies is an application of that technology. You can use blockchain to to achieve a lot of to achieve a lot of things. So cryptocurrency, but yeah, that is true that blockchain was this technology was made to have a financial system independent of governments. That is was the first application of that technology. So these are very tightly coupled. Blockchain can be used to solve a lot of problems where trust issue is there, two like multiple people involved in the transaction doesn't trust each other. So we have some way to blockchain gives some ways to solve that problem. Now coming to your energy child, um, coming to your problem that that energy thing, that won't be a problem in the long run, because so see, this bitcoin works on proof of work, where you have the concept of mining, and a lot of other currencies also have this proof concept of mining, like ethereum also have. Ethereum have maybe, and now they are switching to proof of stake basically. So in proof of a stake, there is no mining, there is no power, not much power consumption. So that won't be the issue with blockchain. And also, when you come to the industrial application of blockchain, enterprise application of blockchain, there isn't a thing of mining and there isn't power consumption. So in Bitcoin, there is power consumption because that inbuilt makes the system secure. So let's say if you want to break this blockchain, if you want to maybe like the thing I'm telling you, like if someone is very technically like understand the blockchain, they it can sound them the wrong, but still. So if you want to do some malicious transaction on Bitcoin blockchain, you will have to have so much power that it will not make sense to do that. So that is what your answer. It answers that question. Now, it excites you. That's fine. But see, first of all, understand basic that what problem does it solve? No technology, we should first we should take the problems and then apply some technology to solve. We should not take the technology and find some problem to solve by that technology. So this is not the other way around. So So now I guess I've answered your all of the problem, all of the queries. Anything
Yeah,
rest
yeah.
else?
Yeah, you have answered the question. Thank you,
Yeah,
Shadab.
welcome. So
Jackie, a question for you. Sorry, Shadab.
yeah, go ahead, ask, and then we'll elaborate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I wanted to ask Jackie. So what technologies are you currently working on?
I'm currently just a beginner in front end, and I'm working in React. I also this was actually my second question as how to develop my React skills to a professional level, because I was struggling with a lot of things and also with CSS and stuff.
First
I,
of
I
all,
I follow a lot
stop
of you
exploring
folks.
Web3 for that.
Yeah. Mm.
Because if first of all you need to focus on React and these kind of things. Yes. Web3 is fine to know, but don't jump into it. Don't have this FOMO, fear of missing out, and this is happens a lot in cryptocurrencies. Oh, price is going up, I should buy, and the price goes down. So basically, I made a lot of money in cryptocurrencies when I was into like maybe at our time I had one Bitcoin. So, but now I don't have. So, so I know all of those things.
Okay. So do you regret selling that Bitcoin?
Yeah, earlier, yeah, when the price went down and then I got upset and sold it. But still, I have some. Mm, mm.
All right. All right. So Shadab, do you have time for more questions? Or
Yeah,
I mean, we just hit a 1 hour mark.
okay, it's one. Let's take one, two, three more questions and we'll see. Maybe what about you? You have time?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because people like join late also. Yeah. So I see a lot of new people. Let's give them opportunity to talk, to ask.
Yeah. A space R. I'm not sure what your
Yeah, yeah. Ashok here actually. I have to update that. Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Hi Ashok. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Shadab, for hosting this and Akash. So, Shadab, we had already spoken about the pesto, I guess, in the DM. So, yeah, it was a
Uh,
great help.
okay. Maybe like yeah.
Yeah, I had
I
a few questions about the pesto. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you had answered all of them. Yeah, that was.
Nice.
So currently I'm working on React.
Nice.
So it has been around 5 years. So first 3 years, due to the job, I had to work on Angular, and currently I'm working on React.
Oh, you are much
And
more senior than me. Yeah.
yeah, actually, I'm also from mechanical background. Started with TCS,
Oh,
so that
nice,
way.
nice. Oh, okay, okay. Where were you in TCS from? Like
Pune actually,
Pune.
the
Nice, nice.
Sahyadri Park. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I had a trainer from Pune. Like I used to talk to him a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So question is like currently actually I have not explored that much this Web3 thing. So any guidance around that? Like how can I start that?
So yeah, so you wanna go into blockchain? Chain? Is it so?
Not into the black blockchain, but the Web3 is it means more inclined with the web development, or it's completely different? So
No, no. It's
that
it's
yeah.
obviously it's an inclined with the web development, but so see, let's see. What can I say? It depends. What is your goal? On that, the suggestion will be. Now, what is your goal? Now, if you have a goal, then according to that, I can answer because I see you are already working with React, so you have very good understanding of that thing. In TCS, you can obviously get a lot of other projects in web. Uh, so see, I got maybe I am understanding what you are trying to see. That is, are we not if we are not learning Web3, will we become obsolete? Maybe something like that. People
Yes,
are
yes, yeah,
curious
yeah.
about. Yeah, maybe I
That's
got
it.
it. Okay, no, you won't get obsolete, and Web3 is nothing very new. It's not like you can't learn. If use case comes, you will surely pick it up. Okay, you will obviously have React. And see, there currently web browser doesn't have this web3 inbuilt in it, so for that you need to have some Chrome extension. If you have ever used it, currently the most famous one is MetaMask. You install the Chrome extension, you go to this web3 or this blockchain applications, you click on MetaMask and you sign those transactions from your MetaMask wallet. So that is the only thing different. Rest, all of the things will remain like React. You will have buttons, you will have state, you will have everything. You will call some APIs, you will do all of the things. But before submitting that transaction to blockchain, you will use MetaMask, sign that transaction. Currently, what we do, let's say I want to update my profile, right? In a traditional application, I want to update my, I just do and update my profile and hit save. But when you make a product, make a blockchain product, before, like when you click save, MetaMask extension will open up, and then it will sign, it will ask you approve. That approve means you sign the transaction, and then it will, this thing will happen. So only one more step is there, but this more step makes it very, very, very secure because of this signing by your public key. So like until unless, so password can be broke.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, am I
I
audible?
think Shadab,
Am I audible?
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. I
I
think
got
you
a.
got a call, which,
Yeah, I got a call. So
yeah,
that is just let me. So that is what it is. So a password can be cracked somehow, but this public and private key cryptography can't be cracked. So each of those transactions are signed by your public and private key. So that's what makes it so secure. But why do you need to make it so secure? If let's say my profile is there, okay, and even if someone like, so it depends, right? Like banking applications, if you see banking UIs are shitty, but their security is very high because this involves financial things. So they need to have focus their most of the energy in making this, the infra and everything secure, rather than the UI. So that is what the pros and cons are. If you really need a product which have that kind of security, then maybe blockchain makes sense. So so finally answering your question, no, don't worry. You don't have to be like, but if you are very much interested, you can try to get into a blockchain project in TCS. If you want to be long run into TCS, if you want to switch, don't need to do anything. Just have your React very well. Switch it. You can get 100% raise, something like that.
Yeah, no, no. Actually, I'm working currently with a different company. So I had started
Ah,
with
okay,
this.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, no, no. So then, yeah, obviously, and these are not very different. If a use case is come, you will easily be able to do it. It's all coding and everything. That is what we are trying to clarify to the people. Like people are understanding blockchain is something different. No, it's nothing different. It's just it's coding and programming, the software development. That's it. Nothing different. So let's
Yes,
see,
yes.
if you see, if you are working on something and somehow application use case of Canvas comes in, you will pick up some Canvas library in React and start doing it. It's not Canva or Canvas, HTML5 Canvas. So it's not like,
yeah.
no, you won't be bothered that, okay, what if I don't know Canvas, I will be obsolete. No, it's something like that. It's just a new thing. That's it. New way.
Yes,
So,
yes.
I guess
okay.
we answered.
So, Shadab, I have a last question for you before we wrap up from Yash. It's about why do we even have the blockchain? Like everything is already working fine, right? So why do we want to
Ah.
complicate these things?
Yeah, no, no. This thing. So let's see. Let's see. Let me give you a financial example. So see, Bank of America, ICICI Bank, and all these banks have their own infrastructure where they have their user details. They have their all of that. So all of the data is there, right? Now, if someone sends some dollars from US to India, the time it takes is more because the settlement of the transit takes more time. The data needs to be transferred from their infra to our infra, to these Indian banks infra. So all of these things will take time to be settled. If blockchain is there, where it and blockchain will be a common network, all of those guys will be part. So basically, blockchain is nothing. We will have some software. We will install that software to these banks computers in servers, and now everyone will have access to that network. Now all of the data can be transmitted very quickly in a matter of seconds. And so when you send money from US to India, it will take the like seconds, the way we do it. So this problem up now, see from where the business the value creation happens. So the acquisition had happened, right? This guy sent me money at 8 a.m. in the morning, and it got credited in at 11 a.m. to my account. It took 4 hours. If blockchain was there, it would have. If he would have sent eight, I would have get like eight one or something. Now this 4 hour
Hmm.
of interval, see how much turnover can be done. If I'm not doing it, but still. So if you see in the global aspect, how much business value can be created in that 4 hours. Yeah, got my point from a business
Yeah.
perspective. Yeah. So now that apart from that, a lot of other use cases are there. So let's see. Uh, Supply chain, in supply chain there are multiple participants are there who doesn't trust each other. The settlement of transaction takes like days or something like that. If everything is blockchain, each guy can sign it and we can settle, like everything will be settled automatically. And smart contract is so we can code logic itself that okay, if this guy uh, submits this receipt, we can release the payment. Everything can be automated. So these are the values there, but obviously you will have to know all those basic things. There are values which can't be done by traditional things, because in traditional we have so let's say I deployed SQL on my server. I have complete access to that SQL. Whatever I want to do, I can edit it. But when blockchain is there, I deployed it, I won't be able to edit it, update it until unless the next participant verifies it and says yeah, it's okay. The data on, so in the network, each software like which we installed on server have the complete ledger of the data. So when you want to do some edit, they check into their ledger that okay, if it is fine, and if it is fine, then they allow it. Then so something like that. Even though it's very high level, there is more nitty gritty things in that inside.
Right. Right. I think your answer was pretty satisfactory because Yash has sent me a fire emoji. So yeah, I think you answered it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Cool. Anyone
So
else has some questions so they can ask? Otherwise, we can wrap up.
uh, I think we can wrap up right now
Yeah, cool then.
because I think we covered every aspect of blockchain, and
Yeah,
I
so
think yeah, today's session went even better than planned because we talked about literally everything, I think.
yeah, so
Uh,
yeah, like last words. This is everything. All of these things are basic things. It's not like blockchain is very different. You need to know loops. You need to know array, how to store data. You need to know all these basic coding things. Then after from there, you come to this product things like how do people interact with applications through some UI. You have some sign up and login. All those things will be in place. Then just one more layer is there that each transaction is getting signed. So you people don't need to worry too much about all these things. It you one can learn and understand. So it's again a new framework. But yeah, no, you can't say it's a framework. It's completely new way to do things. But if you know coding, if you know programming, you know problem solving, you can do it. Don't worry. So first, stick with basics. Don't get into hype. That's it.
yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shadab,
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, like, other than just following you on Twitter, how else can I means stay connected with you? Like,
So
Yeah,
there
that's a great question.
we run this free session for web developers, like people learning web development. So, you can DM me. I'll share you the link. And maybe
okay,
is it possible to share those links, articles, Akash, here?
Yes, I'll also do that on the main tweet right after we are
Cool.
done with this
So
podcast.
those have
And
some.
yeah, Jackie, we also host these podcasts every alternate weekend, so you can join in any of them.
okay then. So I'm how if I follow you, Akash, I'll get to know about these spaces that when they happen, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Okay then.
Shadab, before you go, I just had one a little doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Somebody asked
Jackie,
that.
actually, sorry, can you take up that doubt later? I was just thinking we can close it off. So,
Okay, okay,
Okay, fine. Let's take this final.
all right, no problem.
okay. I had this just kind of a silly doubt because Yash was asking, no, why are we introducing blockchain into the picture when everything is going fine? So you answered him correctly. All the things that you said are all advantageous. But as I said previously, also, like suppose, yeah, can I speak in Hindi, Shadab?
Uh,
Uh, I would prefer English, I think, because
yeah.
others will also listen
Okay.
to it.
So, because now there is a bank, so if I pay you 100 rupees, so I just have to update my passbook and your passbook will be updated, right? And the database of the bank. But now that everything has become decentralized and everybody is a authority, then if I pay you some money, then it is kind of updating the password passbook of everybody in the world. So this is a lots and lots of computing power wastage and energy wastage. So this.
No, it's uh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't exactly work like that. Like different networks sync up also, so they doesn't take processing. Like you need to go more deep into all these things. How exactly it works. The different kind of consensus algorithms are there. So people are like researchers are working on to make it more efficient and all. So yeah, I'm like there are things, but no. So the energy consumption is not that of a issue like after these new algorithms comes in. So
Okay, okay, got it.
cool.
All right.
Thanks
Yeah,
a lot all for your precious time and you guys joined. Yeah.
yeah, and thanks everyone, of course, for joining in. I guess maybe we should host these at 11 since a lot of people joined later, and when we started out, literally no one was there. But
Hmm.
yeah, thanks, Shadab, for sticking throughout and loved hearing your thoughts on all these subjects.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for hosting.
Yep,
Bye.
no problem. All right, see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.